transmission may now proceed.
Lock the kid out. And the wife, they're trapped. Ha ha ha, yes. Yeah, everybody knows what's happening. Here you go, guys. So, vacationing with the family, stopped in the weight room. Doesn't really appear to be it's a fitness center, by the way. And thought I'd do an equipment breakdown. And had to choose between these two things. Or some of that. I figure most people probably don't have that. But a lot of people I see online are looking at the adjustable benches because they want to combine them with their power racks. I'm going to break this one down real quick. What I like, what I don't like. So let's start with the rubber meets the road. Rubber meets the road right there on the floor.
I think that's rubber meets the rubber.
It is. All right, so we got a what feels to be an 11 gauge pipe here. I'm assuming that's probably going to be 11 gauge. We've got a pretty nice weld here. Something I automatically notice with this is there is some deformation in the steel part with this, where that's starting to deform from the heat. So whenever you apply heat to a flat surface, particularly like this one, you get the steel will deform. Okay, the heat will cause it to warp. This is pretty nice. This is a rolled steel beam. Rolled steel beam creates a solid structure. This is a 3/8 gauge support here. This is part of the things I see on a lot of benches that are subpar. A lot of benches have a really thin rod that'll run from a point down here. That's not good, guys. Another thing I see is on some benches, I see this has got a piece of looks like 1/8 inch that's broke. You know, whenever you break a single piece like this, you make a much stronger overall section. So this is nice. The way that it's mounted in the back here, that's nice. Good mounting. Some of the things that this is punched, these oblong sections are punched out. If you get into structural fabrication and super important pieces, they won't allow you to punch. What a punch does is you just got a punch and you've got a die, and you just pierce the piece of steel. You can press it till it shears around the edges, and then the piece falls out. The reason they won't let you do that on some structural situations is because you can get micro fracturing around the hole here where it's oblonged, and then whenever you've got a pin or a fastener that goes through, such as in this case, you can have some problems here. So this one is sheared out. I can tell it's sheared out by the you can see where the punch pushed straight through, created that shearing. So the micro fractures, you'll see where the holes start to oblong and spread out. That happens a little bit easier whenever you have micro fractures from punching. Anyway, in this particular application, this is overbuilt, so you wouldn't have to worry about that so much. Another nice weld here. Pin that goes through. It's not the greatest, but I mean, that is probably 7/16 here. I mean, that'll work for this. Everything else looks pretty solid. Now the padding, it's not bad. Stitching on this is pretty nice. You've got grew up in an upholstery shop, so the placement of the stitches and things like that matter. It being a little bit on the top of the bench as opposed to this raw edge means that this seam will actually last longer than if it was over here. So that's something that's nice about this. You'll see that same process happen, or that same thing here with these. Instead of the stitching being along the sides, it's right in the middle. That means the stitch will last longer because you don't have to wear the friction back across. Alright, well, that's a wrap around of that thing. Hope that helped anybody that's looking to buy something. I may one day get into the game of building these. Like a lot of things about this particular one, but I'll probably build mine a little bit different. So, see y'all later.